I know that you're curious, I know that you're strong, but life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow, but who knows if we get joy or sorrow. Stay true to that fire in your heart and your soul. Don't drench your desire in what you can't control. We fly, try so hard together, and we might be lost but not forever.
Hey you guys, so we finally made it here to Japan. We've been here for, it'll be a week tomorrow. So I thought I would just sit here and tell you guys how it went, how it's been. So we ended up leaving Friday the 14th, and it started off real stressful. So our very first flight ended up getting delayed, and they told me that I would have about 20 minutes to make it to my next flight. And if I didn't make it, there was not another flight until the next day. And that would be the one from San Francisco to Tokyo. So I had them show me on a map where exactly to go, so that way as soon as we landed we would just go straight there. And they told me it would take about 10 minutes to get to that side, and like I said, it would leave in 20 minutes. So I was like, okay, I should be fine. But if I didn't make it, it was gonna be a disaster, because George bought a plane ticket to meet us in Tokyo so he can help me out there and fly back with us on that last flight. So we got to San Francisco, and it ended up being nowhere near where they showed me I was gonna land. So it ended up being a really small plane, and we landed in the outside. I had to go into the airport. Once we got in there, I realized it was not at all where they told me I was gonna be. So I had to ask where to go. Turns out it was like the whole opposite end of the airport. So me and the boys ended up running all across until we got there. It was all the way at the other end. And it ended up working out fine. We made it just on time. They started boarding like as soon as we got there. The long haul flight is what I was most worried about, because Jaden had never been in an airplane before, and JD had, but he was really little, so he doesn't even remember going on an airplane from before. So I packed them tons and tons of snacks. They had their tablets, which they didn't even end up really using, because on the long haul flight they had the screens with tons of different movies and shows for them. So it worked out perfect, and the plane was so huge we ended up getting the middle section, which worked out perfect, because I probably would have been looking out the window every 2 seconds, terrified that we were over the ocean the entire time. And yeah, it went a lot better than what I thought. Jaden ended up sleeping like maybe 4 or 5 hours. JD slept like the last hour or two, and I didn't sleep at all. I also didn't sleep the night before, so I was so exhausted, but I can never fall asleep on an airplane or like in a car ride. Like, I just can't ever fall asleep like that. So once we got to Tokyo, so I don't even know if I mentioned this, we had 3 different flights. So one was from Tucson to San Francisco. That one was like 3 hours. And then from San Francisco to Tokyo, that one was 11 or 12 hours. And then from there to Okinawa, that was 2 or 3 hours, something like that. And then once you get to Tokyo, it gets a little stressful, because you have to go to all these different sections and give them your passport, your customs forms. You have to get fingerprints, like all that kind of stuff. And then I was like so tired, I kept filling out the forms wrong. I kept putting like the wrong date, and then I was confused because I left Friday the 14th and there was already Saturday the 15th, and I was just so tired I could not think straight. But once you get past all of that, you get your luggage, and I was worried like I had to carry all of that stuff by myself, because George ended up being on the outside of that part. But it worked out fine, because they have like the carts there, so I just put like our really huge suitcase on that, and then I put the 2 car seats, and then the boys were able to pull the other 2 suitcases that we had. So then after that is when we found George, and then he helped me check all of our luggage back in. On the very last flight, the boys both slept on that one, and then I was kind of like dozing off here and there. But once we arrived, it was like a little after 9, I think, so I was so exhausted. As soon as we got here, we all showered and went straight to sleep, and then we woke up like around 6 in the morning, I think, 6-7 o'clock. And then ever since then, we've gotten adjusted to the time really fast. The boys would kind of like fall asleep here and there throughout the day, but just like as we were in the car or something. So we adjusted pretty fast. It's so pretty here. Like, it's super green. There's buildings everywhere. Their cars are so cute and small. Oh, right now we're currently staying in a hotel, which I'll show you guys the room right now in a second. But we're just staying here until next week, and we already got the place that we're gonna be staying in, but George just hasn't signed for it yet. He's been in school. He graduates on Tuesday, and it's pretty far away from where we're at, where he goes, so he hasn't had the chance to sign the forms until he graduates next week. And then we're gonna be living like in a huge tower, and it's pretty much like a huge apartment building type of thing, but that's where we're gonna be living. So yeah, I'm not too sure what we're gonna do when George gets home. Right now it is 1 o'clock, so this morning we went and had breakfast at the restaurant downstairs. It's like the next building over. And then I also went and registered him for school, so he starts that next week on Tuesday as well. And what else did we do? We went to the bank, and then we just came back a little bit ago. And I'll probably take them to the park or something in a little bit if George doesn't get out here soon. But yeah, other than that, I've been loving it here so far. The food has been amazing, and my favorite so far has been probably the sushi, or maybe the ramen. The ramen was so good. But yeah, so we've just been trying like a ton of different food out here. It's been so good. What else? We haven't really gone to too many places. We've gone to a lot of arcades actually. The first like 3 days that we were here, or the first 2 days, it was raining, so we couldn't really do nothing outside, and it was freezing cold and windy. This weekend it's supposed to be nice and sunny and warm, so we'll probably do something outside tomorrow. But yeah, so far we're loving it here. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you guys the room. So when you first walk in, it's the kitchen over here to this side, and then over here is just one of these long mirrors. And then we have the bathroom. There's the tub, the sink. Here's all of our stuff. I probably should have recorded this before we put all of our stuff everywhere, but like I said, when we got here, we just showered and went straight to sleep. But here's the bed. We have this huge window, which is so nice. This is the view. I don't know if you could tell, but tons of buildings, super green trees. We have the desk, and I got this from the vending machines. They have the vending machines everywhere you go here. This one is super good. We have a table, some drawers, TV, and then you walk across here, and this is the boys' room. They each have their own bed. They also have a huge window with the same view. What? A cup of soup. A cup of soup? Yeah. Hold on. Here's their dressers, their sink, and then their bathroom. So yeah, the hotel is pretty nice, and I like that the boys each get their own bed and like their own room and space. But yeah, we'll be staying here, like I said, until next week, and then I'll have to show you guys like our empty house tour, and then show you guys like the whole process of us moving in and stuff. But we're not gonna get all of our furniture until like 6 to 8 weeks, I believe. So we're actually going to be using the government furniture that they lend you. So I brought the kids to the park, but it's getting super windy out and the wind is kind of cold, so I don't think we're going to be here very long. You guys having fun? Yeah, careful.